Jeff Woody labeled it a conversation. Well, I don't know why people would want to converse with me, but Chris Glaize, he's one of them. Coach Glaize and I sat down over a lunch for me, and we talked about his days playing, Jim White, Phil Leftwich, and much more. It's Chris Glaize on the Sports Buffet podcast.
Talking to Chris Glaize, he desperately wanted to do this, so he said, I don't care where we do it. So I decided, hey, let's get some lunch out of this deal too. Of course, it's me eating my own lunch, but anyway, you've seen a lot of baseball over your time. What do you see that makes you know a kid has it to play beyond high school?
Wow. Phil, he Leftwich warned me that you asked some tough questions. That's a tough question because coaching-wise.
Why did you get warned that I asked tough questions? I've interviewed you for years. You should know this.
Well, I know. That's a tough question. Me personally, I haven't on my teams have had that caliber player. I've had a couple D1 kids, but I don't think I've had that caliber player.
But how did you know that they could play at that D1 level? Or did you know?
Well, you don't know at first. You don't know at first, and you don't know their love of the game at first and what they're willing to do to work. You don't know that. But once you're around them for a couple of years and they're in and their work ethic and they verbalize that they want this, you kind of I don't know, you figure it out. And then you make phone calls and they make phone calls. And one that comes to mind is Travis Burnett. He went to Longwood a while back. Reed Bryant played for us way back when. He went to BMI. Both tremendous baseball players, but they're successful guys now in life and without baseball. So I always told them, use baseball, don't let baseball use you.
I heard a story about you. I haven't posted it yet, but it comes
there's
from
lots of them out there.
It comes from Ernie Sawyer.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure that's the truth.
I believe he told me that he and the late Tyler Coleman were telling you that a certain person, I forget who it was, needed to be up in the order because he had an OPS of XYZ, even though his batting average was not ABC. How important is it for a guy like you, who is old school, and I say that as a compliment, to use those new school analytics from those people?
Yeah, wow. Another good one. Yeah, I remember that. I remember that vividly well, and I can remember the kid. His name was Gunnar Saunders, and this is when we went to the finals way back when. He got hit by a pitch like 20 times that year. His on-base percentage was .500. He hit like .200. Yeah, absolutely. They both pulled me aside, and yeah. And I always say that you're only as good as your assistant coaches. They're there to coach, and I want them to coach. And there's parts of this game because I am old, like you say. That's past me.
I didn't say that. I said old school, and let me give you a compliment. I've never seen you walk into a room saying I'm the smartest person in this room. So I do think you use your assistants.
I'd be lying if I told you that, but. No, there's part of the game that's passed me by, like it has, and I'm not ashamed to admit that. And then I have these young guys, Goulding and Yates and all these young guys that are full of that vinegar, you know what I mean? And I heavily rely on those guys. So yeah, I don't think that Brookville can be as good as we can be without those young guys.
How much did it hurt to miss the game this year that was a postseason game for your son's wedding?
Man, it was tough. It was tough.
Have you ever missed one before?
Man, no, I haven't. Like that's one time when the same son that got married had open heart surgery. Back during my season in 2013, I think it was, and I was at the operation. I sat and waited for him, and as soon as he got out of that operation, he told me to leave to go to the game. Like, yeah, I need to be there. So I did. I went to the game, and then I came back. Fast forward, same son gets married, and of course, again, he told me, "You don't have to come." He understands. I don't know if his in-laws understood fully, but
you're not able to watch it on. When did your son have open heart?
That was in 2013. Yeah.
Game Changer's not what it is now.
No. I tell you this, I wasn't going to miss his wedding. I try to instill in our kids God, family, football. God Family Baseball.
Family
That's
baseball.
It's football season, isn't it? God Family Baseball, and I really mean that, and I want it to be in that order. And what kind of mentor would I be if I didn't take my own advice? But I made the right decision. It killed me. Yes, it did. I couldn't be there. But in the long run, I made the right decision.
We talked about your love for ACC basketball last time we talked.
Yeah.
Jim Valvano, who obviously you remember from NC State time, he said his first coaching job was at Rutgers, where he was coaching the whatever college's version of the B team was. And he said, what I want you to remember is your family, your faith, and the Green Bay Packers, because he'd read a book on the Packers.
Yeah,
so it makes me think of you when you say that
football.
story.
Yeah.
When you look at a player that maybe wants to play at the next level but isn't quite there yet, do you give them more attention, or how do you work with them?
Well, I don't think you ever say no, especially when they're young, just because they're going to develop and hope that you're going to develop them anyway. You keep that carrot, I guess, dangling in front of their nose per se. But I never say no. We just keep working and working, and hopefully that goal will be reached.
If somebody said to you, I don't know why they would ask you, but if somebody said, hey, how can I get better as a baseball player from a younger age? I'm just joking, by the way. I know why they'd ask you.
Yeah.
What would you tell them?
Oh, man, it's first of all, it's a sport that you have to love. You have to adore it. You're going to have to work at it. It's not a sport where you can put it down for 6 months, pick it back up. You have to adore it. You have to adore everything about it. You have to adore the failure because it'll bring you to your knees. The failing will bring you to your knees. You have to endure all that. You have to love all that. You have to embrace all that. And you have to work hard and give it everything you got and play the game the right way. Yeah, the game demands it. The game demands it. Yeah.
What position did you play?
Well, back in those days, and this is Bob, I'll tell you this, and I think me and you talked off that. I've been so well coached. I'm not saying I was a very good player. I'm not saying that, but I've been around some really, really good coaches, and I'm talking from Little League. I remember Charleston, West Virginia, Travis Buckner and Mike Lee, and that's pretty much where it started for me as far as that. But they always taught to play different positions, multiple positions. This stands out in my mind that they made me play multiple positions. I caught, I pitched, I played short, I played third.
So you had a batting average, is my point. What's your batting average?
Probably not a very good one, but
okay.
I don't recall.
Hypothetically, let's say that you hit 300. Mm-hmm. That's pretty good for a hitter to hit 300. But that means you failed 7 out of 10 times. Yeah. So I think baseball and the other sport I would compare it to is golf. You have got to learn how to accept failure.
Oh, yes. That's what makes or breaks a player nowadays is the failure.
And with younger kids, I don't see as many people playing baseball. Is it fear of failure? Do you think that's why? Or is it not exciting enough? I mean, if I asked you, what's the biggest reason people don't play baseball?
That's a great question. Our numbers are obviously down, not just ours, across the board. They're down, and I don't know the answer to that. Maybe it is failure. I don't know. It's something that you're going to fail way more than you're going to succeed. I don't know.
Why were the numbers not down when you were?
Well, they were
a kid.
They were. I'm sure it's the same game. It hadn't changed. Major leaguers back in those days hit the same. You know what I mean? Like they hit the same as the guys do now, and they fail just as much. It's the same game. Nothing's really changed about the game. It's taught the same way, right? From little league to professional leagues, it's nothing changes about the game. So there was failure. It was just the thrill of competing that was big to me and my friends and my who we hung around. The high school days were about your community, about your school, and about your friends competing against their friends, their community, and their school.
Where the bus took you.
I heard Leftwich say that, and that there's so much truth in that. I could have went to my dad and said, "Hey, Dad, can I go to Jefferson Forest? Dad, can I go to here?" I couldn't do that. You went and played.
You wouldn't have wanted. I feel like people back then didn't want to do that. I mean,
No.
to me, the biggest thing ever is when Kevin Durant went from Oklahoma State to Golden State. He went from a team that he was up 3-1, if I'm not mistaken, and they lost a series. That doesn't happen. But nowadays, a lot of people, if the situation's not right for me, portal for college, I'm going to leave.
Yeah. I tell you this, it's changed so much. All the college and all that stuff and pros, it's changed so much than when I was coming through. But to steal probably Jordan, you know what I mean? Like could I have gone to another school in the area? Maybe. But I wanted to beat him too bad. You know what I mean? Could Jordan went and played with the Lakers? Could Jordan went and played with the Celtics? But he always said he didn't want to go. He wanted to beat him too bad, you know. And that's kind of the mindset that's where rivalries really, you know, really took place. Like you wanted to beat those guys too bad. Like this JF Brookville rivalry is just awesome. Like
when you were a younger kid, did you know a lot of people from other schools via parties or whatever else that there was?
You knew them from competing.
But Legion Ball was it was a bigger thing, but not a bigger thing probably when you were playing.
No, it was big, but it was we were still matched up against, say, Bedford County.
Right. So you may know two people.
Right. We never played with our rivals.
Right.
You know, we never played. We still played against them, and yeah, no, it wasn't like travel ball where you play on the same team. And you know what I'm saying? And
yeah.
You get a lot of friends that play, you know, now. And
I got my start doing PA for Post 16 back in the day. I don't think you ever knew that about me.
What years?
Chip Woody played.
Oh, yeah.
And Chip Woody was a Brookville guy.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So I would never put you on a boat to ask you who's the best player you've coached or who's the best player you played with. But who was a really good player that baseball wasn't their first sport? You can give me a list. I don't care.
Wow. Baseball wasn't their first sport, their first love. Wow. Man, you could have prepped me for that one. Somebody that I played with or coached that football wasn't their – baseball wasn't. I don't know why you keep coming I'm watching this right here, but the NFL Live here. But
are you thinking about that one football game you did with me on the radio or something?
No. That's a bucket lister. I'm done. Gosh.
It's funny, and I'll stall a little bit for you to let you think.
One that comes to mind that I think. Now, this is a long time ago. Scott Creasy, like was a teammate of ours in '87. We won the state championship. He went to Radford with Phil. I think he was a football guy at first, until he realized what a great baseball player he was. But I think now
when I interviewed Poindexter, he said he loved playing baseball a lot, and I'm talking about John. John was a wonderful football player. No questions asked. He was a great football player, but he enjoyed playing baseball more.
Wow. Yeah.
So that's what I'm kind of getting at. You know, people that maybe weren't known for the ball and the stick. So Scott Creasy.
Yeah, well, Scott, yeah, absolutely. Scott realized how good he was, I guess. I think he was a football first guy. Not 100% sure. I can't really remember. There's not a whole lot of guys, because if you play baseball, most of the guys don't play because – I just want to play it. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Track was a big thing then to help the people
football
for
guys.
The next season. The football guys, like you said, they didn't play baseball because track was a big thing. Back then.
Yeah, that's a long time ago. I don't really remember the guys that I played with that chose played, and it wasn't their first love. Now here's the thing that I was talking to Leftwich the other night. We were talking about he listened to an interview of mine with you, and he said I
must have been bored.
Yeah, that's what I tell him. That I don't what it was. My eyes opened up. I perked up when you start talking about basketball.
Mm-hmm.
Well, me and him are the same. We really, really enjoyed our time playing basketball. Like enjoyed our time. Like loved playing basketball at Brookville High School. And then we were both baseball players. So if you talk to either one of us about our time at Brookville High School, basketball is equally tops of the list.
And it's weird because, you know, I know for him, and I know I'm going to compare you two for the same. Please forgive me, Phil, if you're listening to this. Just for a minute.
You should.
Y'all didn't have the travel pushed down your throat like kids do now. Maybe you didn't have the camps to the degree that they are now. You might have a camp here and there, but not to the degree that they are now. So I think I don't think you hated the sport that was your baby as much as people may.
Well, back then as well, there wasn't year-round practice. So when it was basketball season, let's start football. I mean to say football this time. If it was football season, you played football. And if your football team was successful, guess what? Your basketball team's going to be successful. Your football and basketball team's successful, guess what? Your baseball team's going to be successful as well.
Well, and most everybody was a smaller school back then to where, even Brookville, it's not like Brookville's got a lot of people that Jim White had in the basement or Christine White has in the basement or Chris Glaize has in the basement that's covered up by newspapers and everything.
No.
So your best players had to play.
Yes.
3.
And that's honestly, it's the way it should be now. And I hope all the schools are like that now. And I'm a firm believer that you should play all 3 if you can play all 3. Like there's one day you're going to regret not playing a sport that you liked a lot or you love because you're choosing one. I think eventually you might have to choose later on. You might have to choose which one's better for you for college or whatnot. I don't know, but I don't know what my high school experience would have been like if I didn't play basketball too. Like I don't know. Like we want to.
Why do you say that?
I don't know. I enjoyed it. That playing in that small gym where people were on top of you. It was hot. You played in front of about 1,000 people a night. Every single night we were good. We went to the state quarterfinals, and that's the first time, if I'm not mistaken, Coach Woodford, forgive me, if I'm not mistaken, that
that's our ultimate fact checker.
Yeah, oh yeah. If I'm not mistaken, that's the first Seminole District team to make the state tournament in 1988. Now, again, I could be wrong, but it was fun, and you played in front of more people. You know what I mean? Baseball, you played in front of probably your family,
right?
And maybe a little bit of the student body. But on basketball nights, you played in front of the student body and community, and
a lot of times gyms were smaller back then. The one that sticks out to me more than anything is Nelson County.
Yeah,
that's a palace now, but that used to be a sardine box in a nutshell.
Yeah, think about Buckingham. Buckingham was in there. William Campbell.
Well, there were no such thing as non-district games either.
Right,
because you're playing. Right. The district.
Well, we did,
but not a lot.
We played, probably 2. We
not
played
to the amount.
We played Lower Botetourt one year, played them twice.
But Todd Smith's not getting a phone call back then like he is now, because now you need him or you need people to fill the schedule. Back then, you didn't necessarily need people to fill the schedule.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Because guess what? You had Buckingham, like you mentioned, Campbell, Alta Vista, Retina, JF, Liberty. Obviously, you had the people there and there.
Yeah.
Stanton River at the time?
Nope, Stanton River was not.
And obviously, there's no heritage.
No heritage.
No glass.
They were all Western District.
Yes.
Yeah.
So good for you to have the history, even though you didn't know how you felt the morning of the state championship game, nor what day it was played. That's what you said in the last interview.
Well, I mean,
I'll make fun of you for that until forever.
Gosh, I don't remember a lot about that game at all. You remember the headlines in the paper. You remember Leftwich pitched for like the 4th game in a row. Hence we call him Franchise Phil. But you remember him definitely throwing, and he threw a 2-hitter. Threw a 2-hitter, and one was an infield hit, and one was an outfield miscue. So he could have no hit York at the time, and we won 10-0. So I mean, that's what you remember, and we started off that year not great. We lost a few games, and nobody thought about a state championship until we got hot, and then we just beaten everybody. So,
final question for now. We'll do this again. You know what social media is, right?
I do.
You've heard of it.
I'm not good at it, but I do.
Well, I didn't. That's not the question. It's not to perform a task.
Yeah.
Hashtag never forget. What's a moment that's happy that you will never forget?
Sports-wise?
Well, I'm taking it.
Not
can
the
be
birth
whatever.
of my kids.
Not the birth of your kids.
Not the marriage.
Not the birth of your kids. Not marriage, and not a passing. In your life. So not a birth, not a passing, and not a marriage.
Wow, Bob. Wow, you didn't even prep me for that either. Obviously, I'll never forget it winning a state championship at Brookville High School.
Just don't remember the day or
Well,
how
I
you
do.
felt
I
or
do.
where
Yeah.
it was played.
I'll never forget it. I don't know, man. I don't know. There's been a lot of good stuff like that's happened sports wise. I mean,
First time you met Bob Alvis? I don't
great
even
friend.
remember that.
Yeah, great friend. I don't know, man. Obviously, winning a state championship was that. Back in those days, you didn't even think about stuff like that. You didn't think about just playing for a state championship. Basically, you wanted to beat everybody you played, and
Think about it more now than you did back then. I think people were a lot more reactionary than they were cerebral.
I tell you one thing, and I hope it doesn't sound corny, but just being at Brookville, coming back to Brookville is special. Like being able to coach at your alma mater is something special, and it's something that I'll never forget. As long as I live, the place has been so good to me. The memories are so great. Walking those hallways, I walk those hallways.
Some new hallways now.
Yeah,
at some
now
point.
the new hallways. Yeah, but the place was so good to me, man. I met some of my best friends. Coach White, a good friend of mine now, and I got to coach with him. Like that.
How do you become good friends with somebody that coached you?
Well, I mean, we'll say you're a friend. You just madly respect him, like you
Right.
know, like.
And I'm not saying it's impossible, but it's weird because I heard Mr. Leftwich. I'll call him Mr. Leftwich, even though he told me to call him Phil. But Phil said the same thing of he's become such good friends with Jim White, and to me, that's weird because I think we don't think of younger people becoming friends with their coach. And guess what? At one point, you were younger. At one point, Leftwich is younger. I guess you could argue White's younger too.
Well, yeah.
At one point,
I think he was about 15 years older than us at the time. But I mean, think about the lessons that he taught us on the field, but off the field as well. A lot of us are good husbands. A lot of us are good fathers. Just lessons beyond the game. And I was fortunate I got to coach with him. Like I got to come back and coach with him, and
how different was he?
Not different at all. The same guy, same exact guy. Taught the same stuff. Was really big on all of it. Now obviously he would adapt his games to the talent that he had and what his strengths were. But
was he big on hitting in and outs and being really involved?
Was he on what?
Was he big on hitting ins and outs and being really involved?
He always did it.
Okay,
always did it. Yeah. I don't remember anybody else hitting in and out than him. No,
you enjoyed that hitting ins and outs.
Me, I'd do it because they make me do it, but I wouldn't if I didn't have to. But I don't know if I have to, but I don't mind it. But yeah, like I don't know. You get to coach with him. You get to be around him more. You get and you had that respect as player coach, the respect of him being your coach, and man, and I tell you, coaching around him was special. I mean, it was. I would. And here's the truth: you probably don't know. If he was still coaching, I would probably still be with him today. Like I probably wouldn't have ventured off and been a head coach, or what I would probably stayed with him and been with him the whole.
He's on my bucket list to talk to.
Yeah, you need to.
A lot of good stories. I've got to imagine come from that mind.
But I probably would have. Seriously, if he was still coaching, I would have been right there with him. I wouldn't.
Did you fear Jim White like you feared your dad?
Yeah, you fear the fear of no, not fear my dad.
But why'd you fear your dad?
Well, you fear your dad because of disappointment. You fear your dad for an iron fist. You know what I mean?
So Jim White wasn't going to hit you, but
I knew he wasn't going to hit me. No, I feared disappointment.
Yeah.
I fear of letting him down. I had a fear of letting him down, and to be honest with you, there's still that inside me. Like when coaching, I'm coaching his son now, and even if I'm not coaching his son, there's a fear of letting him down. Well,
his wife's your boss.
Yeah, she said I have the toughest job in Campbell County.
And I remember when you got thrown out a few years ago.
Yeah, I was scared.
You were scared to face her.
Yeah. Well, yeah,
that was kind of one of the big things. Were more.
I was more scared of facing my boss at the time,
right?
But I was really scared of facing Jim.
Right, but you weren't. You didn't even think about the ejection to me as much as you did the consequences of facing two people.
Yeah.
That one's your boss.
Yeah.
B, one's your. You probably spent just as much time with him of important parts of your
Yeah.
life as anybody.
Yeah. Well, we've had several talks of arguing calls, and he knows him and I aren't the same guy, and he's right most of the time. But yeah, I was the fear of letting him down. Even in that point, he's in the back of your mind, letting him down for that reason, letting my emotions get the best of me, and then having to face your boss. Yeah, there's repercussions.
But I'll bet Coach White had some fire in him when he had a call that maybe he didn't like.
Yeah, but he was more when he went out, he was more under control and then if he didn't get the answer that he wanted,
right,
whatever, and he was going to value with mine. You know what I mean? I get I'm emotional as I go out, which I've changed.
He's part of the three gyms to me. It's White, Cutler, and Thacker were the legends of the Seminole forever because they coached forever.
Yeah.
I mean, between the three of them, you're probably looking at 70 years, I would say at least.
Yeah.
And that's not trying to make anybody sound old, but when Liberty opened, it was Cutler. He coached the state championship team back in the 70s, which is Donald Minnick, Eddie Burnett, folks like that. He's coached Billy Catron, who's coaching now college baseball.
Legend.
Jim White, I'm assuming, had to be one of the first coaches at Brookville.
The guys you mentioned that played for him,
Cutler.
legends for Coach Cutler. Yeah, that legend. I still see Coach Cutler at games. I think his grandson plays.
Yeah,
I get to say hi to him. You know what I mean? Whether he knows me or not,
he's on my list too.
I know. Yeah, I know he's a legend. You know what I mean? So I say hi.
And then Thacker coached forever, also. By the way.
Yeah, gosh. I mean, think about that. Think about 424 wins because they both got 424 wins. They both got 424 wins. Jim and Thacker and Jim White. That's almost 900 wins, and they're 10 minutes apart. Think about the baseball talent there.
You just heard from Chris Glaize. He is one of the true good guys around. Whenever I need something, Coach Glaize is there, and it's not just me. But I never really see Coach Glaize sitting still to where he's not helping. If he is sitting still, he's probably helping somebody while sitting still. You can hear more of the Sports Buffet podcast where I, Bob Alvis, am a master at sitting still.